Tonight, we come to the Panther Pit, one of the top venues for basketball in all of northern Indiana. Northwood has won 22 consecutive games here, and the current squad is ranked number 2 in Class 3A. Tonight, they receive their biggest challenge. Warsaw is 15-0 for the first time in school history and has its sights set on the Northern Lakes Conference title. It's a good old-fashioned catfight between Panthers and Tigers. Number 2 Northwood faces number 5 Warsaw for first place in the NLC, and it's next on the 46th game of the week.
The TV46 Game of the Week is brought to you by Martin Supermarkets, Jordan Automotive, Imagineering Finishing Technologies, Adams Remco, JV Macri Orthodontics, Teachers Credit Union, Crown Trophies, Sweeney Julian Personal Injury Trial Attorneys, Electrical Workers Local 153, IU South Bend, Smart Cabinetry, and Ancilla College. Now, the TV46 Game of the Week.
Warsaw hasn't lost all year. Northwood doesn't lose here. Something's got to give at a sold-out Panther Pit as we get ready for what should be a terrific 46th game of the week. And how you doing, everybody? Between the Hall of Famers, the new Sportscasting Hall of Famer Bob Nagel and the Football Hall of Famer Bo Hunt, it's Chuck Freeby, and it's great to have you with us for another weekend of high school hoops on TV 46. Warsaw coach Doug Ogle says this one is like the Super Bowl, and his Tigers have a defense like the Denver Broncos. It has carried them so far.
And they're going to need that tonight because Northwood has a lot of great athletes, but Warsaw has a couple of great basketball players. Mangus and Merendad are really good basketball players, and they also have good athletes to support them. But tonight, it's really going to be about defense for Warsaw.
If you're going to carry out that Super Bowl analogy, you might as well say that Northwood's offense, much like the Carolina Panthers, is explosive. They have a lot of weapons.
They really do, Chuck. And again, you go into who's a basketball player and who's an athlete, and they really all are at Northwood. They're both ways, and they play a lot of different sports, but they're really into Aaron Wolf and his program. They got a lot of different areas they can go to, and they're going to need to be very balanced tonight to handle Warsaw.
So Bo Hunt on the sidelines tonight, and let's carry that Super Bowl analogy one step further. Lots of times those games are won in the line of scrimmage, and this is your kind of basketball tonight because there's going to be a whole lot of bumping and chugging in the paint.
There sure is. This game, I believe, is going to be won inside in that paint, and it takes both teams. They're going to have to get bodies on people, get those offensive rebounds, get those putbacks. Every point, every possession is going to count this game, and those buckets inside are going to be very important all night.
The Dean's Tax Pregame Show, the Jordan Automotive Keys to Win are next on the 46th game of the week. This edition of the TV46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you by the Jordan Auto Group. The Jordan Way is easy, stress-free, and one low price. That's the Jordan Auto Group. Welcome, everybody, to the Dean's Tax and Consulting Pregame Show. Let Ron Dean, the tax jock, help get to all you have coming to you. Let's look now at our Jordan Automotive Keys to Win as we get ready for Warsaw and Northwood tonight. The Warsaw Tigers, led by their dynamic scorer, Kyle Mangus, the 6'3 junior, averaging over 20 points a game. He had a career-high 29 against Northwood. He's had 10 games of 20 or more this year. And he gets help in the backcourt from Paul Merendad. Merendad, a 6-foot senior, averages about 12 points a game. And he's the point guard who leads this team in assists with 68. The keys to win for Doug Ogle's Tigers.
Well, first of all, Chuck, and all during the game, rebound. That means on the defensive end, the offensive end. An offensive rebound is huge for the Warsaw Tigers. And it could end a possession for Northwood and start one for them. They got to get the ball out and go. They got to protect the perimeter as well. Don't foul three-point shooters. You don't want to make it a chance for 4. And they have to have a heaping helping of M&Ms. That's Mangus and Marindette. If those two can combine for about 35 to 40 points, big factor tonight. Head coach Doug Ogle knows it well. He's in his 14th season.
Oh, it is. And, you know, you walk in here at 5:15 and our cheer block's here. I baked 264 cookies for our Coach Ogle's famous cowboy cookies for our cheer block. We're going to pass them out right during the pregame warm-up. They're excited about that. And this place is going to be live tonight. I promise you that, Chuck.
I can promise you those cookies were pretty good, too. Let's take a look now at the Northwood keys to win, and Braxton Linville is the guy that makes them go, a 6'1 senior point guard who's headed to Grace College next year. This young man, good lineup, is the player with the best winning percentage in Elkhart County in the last 30 years. He'll get some help from Vinny Miranda in the backcourt. Miranda, a 6-foot junior, leads the Panthers in scoring this year with a shade under 18 a game, and it seems like every time the 46 cameras are around, he goes off.
Keys to win tonight for Northwood. They've got to clean the glass, and the same thing we said about Warsaw. Rebounding is so important. One and done for the Tigers is going to be key for Northwood's success tonight. They have to play post defense, and Fox is a big factor inside as far as blocking shots and playing defense. He's got to be careful, stay out of foul trouble, and they need to function as five. As Gene Hackman so well put it, 5 guys playing as one will be the secret tonight for Northwood. Aaron Wolf, what a great run he's had. 9 seasons, 134 wins.
Well, we're excited to be here. Obviously, Warsaw brings in a very good basketball team, and you know, they're a top 10 team in Indiana. We get an opportunity to play what I'd call throwback Indiana basketball. They're extremely talented, extremely disciplined. We obviously have our hands full, but I like our guys as well. I think it's going to be a great experience for both ball clubs.
Those have been the Jordan Automotive Keys to Win on the Dean's Tax and Consulting Service pregame show. The student sections have been lit since 5:15, and they have not slowed down. The tip-off is next on 46.
Tigers from Warsaw.
This edition of the 46 Game of the Week brought to you in part by Martin Supermarkets. Count on us for savings. Here's the series history with Bob Nagel.
Well, the Warsaw Tigers lead the all-time series 37-12. First meeting back in 1970. Last meeting, Warsaw won at 47-39. That was January 30th of 2015, almost to the day of our game here tonight. And boy, you think of the early years, Warsaw probably had an advantage with Northwood being a new school, but they've had some great programs here and some great leadership. Think about some of those great teams that Dan Gunn had here at Northwood, and of course Al Rhodes and the folks down at Warsaw. Here's a look at the Warsaw starting lineup for tonight's game. First of all, Kyle Mangus, the 6'3 junior, will start at a guard along with Paul Marindette, 6-foot senior. Our starting lineup is brought to you by Grace Village Retirement Community. Riley Rhodes will start at a forward along with Jeremy David, a couple of names you heard on the football field, and Evan Schmidt is the guy who will be on the perimeter, 6-foot senior, can shoot the ball extremely well. And we'll wait just a second here to give you the starting lineup for Northwood. Northwood Panthers starting lineup sponsored by Quality Window and Door. If quality is what you're looking for, it's in our name. Quality Window and Door, your choice for windows and doors. And for Northwood, Braxton Linville, 6'1 senior, will be at a guard along with Luke Zerker, 6'2 junior, and Vinny Miranda, 6-foot junior. They can all shoot the basketball. Kyron Fox is a load inside. He's a 6'4 senior, along with Trey Belinsky, a 6'3 junior. And again, a lot of great athletes on both these teams, but that's the starting lineup for the Northwood Panthers. And I'm telling you folks, this place is alive. What an outstanding crowd has gathered here. When you had 2,500 in here for a JV game, you knew it was going to be special. And this place is rocking for the last couple of hours. We're just thrilled to be here and able to bring it to you here on TV 46.
Phenomenal introductions here at Northwood's Panther Pit as the students all hold up spotlights, and then there's one main spotlight focused over on that Northwood bench as the starters are introduced. Athletic Director Norm Sellers announced to this crowd before the warm-ups that they have locked the doors. It was sold out. There are signs up indicating as much. Not a seat to be had in the Panther Pit tonight. We're glad you got your seat at home on TV 46. And certainly tonight, a number of advertisers to thank.
Well, there are, and especially the crew that fed our crew tonight, Cook's Pizza. When Panther fans are hungry, they go to Cook's Pizza. Whether you're hungry for pizza, chicken strips, breadsticks, breaded mushrooms, ice cream, Cook's Pizza can feed your family or your whole team. You can also enjoy all this goodness at Jimtown Pizza in Jimtown. They fed our crew tonight, and our crew is ready as well. What are you talking about preparation? All of our folks. We've got our buddy Tony is down on the floor tonight. Champagne Tony Beltran, and our director tonight, Joe Fertitta. Boy, everybody's ready to go. The opening tip for tonight's contest being brought to you by John's Auto Spa in Napanee. Here's the tip. The new liquid salt that's being used on the roads will rust out your vehicle if you don't clean it off. Keep your car clean at John's Auto Spa in Napanee. We're ready to go. We've been ready for this one since the schedules came out. We circled this one. We knew it would be a great one, and we're ready to go with the opening tip. And here to call this action. Well, you talk about Hoosier hysteria. Here's Chuck Freebie.
Warsaw in the black, Northwood in the white. The Kyron Fox gets ready to jump against Riley Rhodes. Fox and Northwood knock the ball out of bounds, so Warsaw will get possession. The Warsaw Tigers 15-0 on the year. They have won 4 of those games in overtime. It is the best start in school history. They are one of 2 undefeated teams in the state of Indiana, the other one Class 3A Tipton. Paul Marendette starts the game with a field goal for the Tigers. It's 2-0. Northwood is ranked number 2 in Class 3A. They have a record of 13-1 on the year. Their only loss, a 1-pointer at the hands of Fishers. Man-to-man defense being employed by Warsaw. Braxton Linville, the point guard, calls out the play for Northwood. Fox trying to post up. That's Vinny Miranda, the leading scorer on this team, but it rings out, and the rebound to Kyle Mangus for the Tigers. Evan Schmidt in the starting lineup, as he has been the last few games. Marendette drives into the paint, but his jumper won't drop, and Fox gets the rebound for Northwood.
Both teams doing what they need to do on the boards. That's a one and done. Folks, don't do your taxes yourself. Let the tax jock help get you all you have coming to you. Ron Dean with Dean's Tax and Counseling Service in Napanee has over 50 years experience. For all your business and personal tax needs, give Ron Dean a call at 773-4800.
Zerker for 3. The three-pointer sponsored by Persing Tire and Lube, and Luke Zerker, a 6'2 junior, gives Northwood its first lead at 3-2. Zerker, a 50% three-point shooter on the year.
Second chance that time for Northwood off the rebound.
Marendette found Riley Rhodes inside for 2. The 6'4 senior Rhodes, who was an all-conference receiver in football, puts Warsaw back on top.
Caught that pass pretty well, didn't he?
As we have seen him do on the gridiron. Linville again signals the play with a tap to his shoulder. Fox sets a screen. Miranda, nice crossover move, then goes down the lane with a wild shot that Marendette corrals. Schmidt at the other end was open briefly. We've played a couple of minutes. Warsaw with a 4-3 lead.
Laurie Sumter with Phil Hahn and Associates is part of the hometown team supporting your hometown Panthers. Laurie Sumter serves Napanee and Wakarusa residents and businesses for all their real estate needs. Let Laurie find your new home in 2016.
Rare turnover by Warsaw. They only commit 8 per game. That's their first of the night. Northwood using Fox primarily as a screener, and we have an illegal screen called against Northwood, as you'll meet our officials for tonight's game. Justin Shippey joined by Jeff Meeks and Chuck Linder.
And our official calls tonight brought to you by Sweeney Julian. When an official raises his hand, he's got to make a call. You got a problem, make a call to Sweeney Julian. Their number is 247-1234.
By the way, first quarter brought to you by Borkholder Buildings for all your building projects. Warsaw, Mangus, and now Schmidt on the outside. Schmidt found Marendette underneath. They're really trying to work on Zerker defensively. Mangus traveled.
Get to a better state by visiting Sylvia Benjamin, State Farm Agent. Sylvia Benjamin, located 1754 East Market Street, Napanee. Like a good neighbor, State Farm Agent Sylvia Benjamin is there. Call her at 773-AUTO at 773-2886.
Linville on the drive. Dumps it off for Fox. Going up against Rhodes. Too strong. Mangus the rebound. Here come the Tigers. Marendette goes baseline, and Fox got a piece of it, but Marendette gets his own rebound and puts it in for 2. Warsaw doubling up Northwood, 6-3. Paul Marendette with 4 in the early going.
Boy, Marendette has really come along, Chuck. I remember seeing him when he first got to Warsaw, really struggling to learn the game at a high level, and now he's playing it that way.
Linville into the paint, went right around Jeremy David for 2. So Braxton Linville with his first basket of the game. The 6'1 senior averages 11 points a contest.
Folks, whether you have a new injury or experience chronic pain, Ortho Northeast has the top specialist to help you get back into things you love. Find out more at orthone.com. Take your first step toward recovery. Dr. Lee Williams, a proud supporter of high school athletics.
Marendette pulls the trigger on a 3. It's sponsored by Dr. Lee Williams in Ortho Northeast. Marendette with 7 early on. That's only the 5th three-pointer he's hit all year.
I'm not saying they're sagging on Mangus or watching him closely, but Marendette's taking advantage.
Zerker, a wing jumper, came up well short, and Warsaw is cleaning up the glass in the early going. Belinsky guards Marendette. And the Tigers will pull it out top, slowing down the tempo with a 4-point lead.
I love the fact that both coaches are sitting down. They've taught their teams well. They trust that they know what they want to do.
Mangus thought about the topside triple and got caught in the air and walked. That's the 3rd turnover for Warsaw.
Get ready for the Tracy Yeager Memorial Day 5K Run Walk. It's a great family event. Celebrate Memorial Day May 30th in scenic Winona Lake, Indiana. Come for the program at 9 a.m. and save for the race at 9:30. Register today. Go to tym5k.com for an early bird registration discount.
So Northwood having problems with the shots. Warsaw just having turnover problems. When they've shot it, they've been just fine. Fox on the inside. Found Belinsky cutting to the hoop, but he's short on the shot. Well defended by Jeremy David.
Terrific job by David, who, again, we saw a lot of him on the football field, but he's really made himself into a good athlete.
Mangus travels again. That's the 3rd time he's been called for a travel here in the first quarter. You'll get another copy, courtesy of Adams Remco.
And again, Chuck, maybe better off getting called for travel than the charge. There was a lot of contact there.
He is a former wide receiver on the football team, and I'm sure Phil Jensen would have loved when he was that physical on the field.
Speaking of Phil Jensen, our best wishes to Phil and his family. He's had a tough spell, but really working hard to get back and be a vital part of that Warsaw community. We love Phil Jensen.
Absolutely. Trey Belinsky on the outside, the quarterback for the Northwood football team. More of a dirty work player here in basketball season. Linville found Miranda, but he's well covered up by Evan Schmidt. One thing that Doug Ogle pointed out about his Warsaw team, he feels every one of their players can guard both on the post and the perimeter.
Got some good size and not overly big, not overly small, just real consistent.
Miranda drove in on Paul Marendette, and Marendette is called for what the officials will commonly call as roofing now. If you don't go straight up with those arms and you pitch them out as an angle, they say you're pitching a roof.
Folks, Kemp Electric in Napanee provides a full line of electrical contracting services covering commercial, industrial, and agricultural environments, and they take pride in doing their finest work on every project. They also install and service whole house generators. Call Kemp Electric for all of your electrical needs.
You saw the roof there by Marendette as Miranda goes to the line, taking free throws, sponsored by S&S Automotive, specializing in auto body collision repair and restoration. Vinny Miranda is a 71% free throw shooter on the year, an honor roll student. Went 1 of 2 on that trip, but Belinsky hustles down the rebound.
Big second chance opportunity. Northwood's had a couple of these tonight.
Miranda goes inside and again gets bumped. They won't count the basket as Ross Johnson has come in off the bench for Warsaw, and the 6'3 sophomore is called for the foul.
Clip Auto Supply, your local Napanee Auto Value Parts store, has everything for your auto. And don't forget, they're a complete machine shop and small engine repair shop. Clip Auto Supply. If it takes gas, they can fix it.
Miranda goes in through the back door for 2, and Northwood pulls within 1 with 90 seconds to go, or thereabouts here in the first quarter.
And you look at it, Chuck, and you say, boy, it sounds very high-scoring game, but boy, the defense is intense.
Well, quite frankly, it's a scoring tempo that Warsaw would embrace at this point.
Saw them do that against the Marion Knights. They're
Johnson
very deliberate.
well off the mark for three, and the rebound corralled by Belinsky. It's not a bad shot for Johnson. He hit 5 of them against Homestead. Linville going all the way in, and we got some bumping done by Warsaw down in the lane.
McCormick Motors in Napanee is your full-service Chevy, Buick, and GMC dealer. They also have a state-of-the-art service department, a body shop, and a fully stocked parts department. McCormick Motors across from Amish Acres in Napanee.
Johnson and Jason Burridge will come out. Kyle Mangus also comes out of the lineup. So Warsaw on the floor now with Marindette, Rhodes, and David, joined by Ross Johnson and Evan Schmidt. Linville handles things up top. Braxton, as we mentioned, headed to Grace College next year. Has a wonderful handle. Goes inside to Fox, rejected by Riley Rhodes.
Wow, that doesn't happen very often.
Well, one of the things Aaron Wolf was concerned about is Fox normally doesn't have as physical a matchup as he has tonight. No basket, they say Rhodes traveled.
Wow, what a huge call. Jane Enstone and the Loniger family wish the Panthers good luck tonight through the remainder of the season. Jack and Nadine are proud supporters of Northwood and the entire Wanee community, and they take pride in their customer service. Jane Enstone, handcrafted, nature-inspired stone veneer.
Chad Sellers checks into the game for the first time for Northwood. And let's see if the Panthers decide to hold for the last shot.
At Right Choice Foods, there's a reason they've been around for 24 years. If you haven't stopped by the Napanee store on US 6, come check us out soon. Right Choice Foods is the right choice.
So Linville will handle things up top for the Panthers, and they'll wait for the last shot.
John's Auto Spa in Napanee offers soft cloth car wash, express oil change, tire rotations, auto detailing, window tinting, and headlight restoration, all under one roof. Conveniently located east side of Napanee. They're a short drive from Wakarusa or Warsaw.
Fox, did he get it off? Yes, he did. Linville had airballed a shot, but DK Fox was there to put in the putback. You get another copy of it courtesy of Adams Remco, and Northwood leads Warsaw 10-9 after 1 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week brought to you in part by Ancilla College. They believe in you, and by Adams Remco. They will never let you down. But we will go downstairs for a Dr. Macri Orthodontic Sideline Report as the Red Regiment Band performs here in the Panther Pit. Bo Hunt, your thoughts on that first quarter?
Well, Chuck, I think one of the biggest things we talked about was Warsaw's defense, and they proved it out there in that first quarter. Inside and outside, they played very well. Northwood wasn't able to get any three-pointers open-wise throughout that whole first quarter. I think that's one of the biggest things. And Rhodes' defense on DeCarry Fox, I think, is one of the biggest things that I took out of that first quarter, except for that last play. We talked about getting those offensive positions. DK really got positioned inside for that offensive putback. I think that's what he's got to look for here in the second quarter. Guys?
It's something Northwood has made a living on this year.
Doug Ogle's got to look for a little bit of scoring there. Right now, Northwood on a 5-0 run. They trailed 9-4 earlier. Serving all of northern Indiana, Schwartz Electric is committed to providing commercial, quality, industrial, residential electric sales and service. Schwartz Electric is large enough to handle your most demanding project and small enough to give your project the personal attention it deserves. Schwartz Electric.
Luke Zerker, who has been playing more assertively as of late, he had 14 last week against Goshen. He has 5 so far tonight. And the Panther lead grows to its biggest of the night at 3. Now Mangus inside, and Kyle Mangus with his first basket of the night. Remember, the 6'3 junior averages 20 a game.
You know, he had those 3 turnovers, Chuck, with the traveling calls, and maybe just a little bit too amped to start the ball game. He'll get into his rhythm.
Easy enough to understand in this atmosphere. Linville guarded by Jeremy David. Now Schmidt switches onto him. Miranda the pull-up jumper. And Mangus the rebound.
Good looking shot. That was down there for a while.
Warsaw with a chance to take the lead with a bucket here.
If that was a potato chip, it would have had sour cream on it.
Marendette got a nice screen, but finally worked his way around. Linville got the bucket in the bump.
This one appeared like there might be a little gap one way or the other. Now it's back to Warsaw on top by 1 as you watch it again on our replay brought to you by Adams Remco. Boy, he hung up there. Got the contact, got the shot. Farmers, now is a great time to get your farm equipment inspected and serviced at Wakarusa Ag. Wakarusa Ag is a family-owned company built on quality products, parts, and most importantly, service. Check them out at wakarusaag.com.
Zimmer Biomet sponsored the free throw by Marendette, who's already in double figures with 10 points. And Warsaw back on top by 2. Now it's the Tigers who are on a 5-0 run. Fox with Rhodes draped all over him, went up strong, no call. And the rebound comes down to Warsaw.
You know, there is contact on a play like that, but it's kind of, both sides are initiating it, so no call. I think it's a good no call.
By the way, the Tigers dominating on the boards right now. They doubled up Northwood in that category in the first period, 8-4. Marendette, backdoor to Mangus for 2. Great execution by the M&Ms. And a timeout called by Aaron Wolf. It's sponsored by Napanee Family Eye Care. 5:53 to go in the first half. And it's execution like this that has Warsaw undefeated on the year. They're up on Northwood 16-12 on 46. The 46th game of the week, brought to you in part by JV Macri Orthodontics. Trust your smile to an expert.
Folks, Zimmer Biomet, a global orthopedic leader, has been a proud part of the Warsaw community since 1927. Zimmer Biomet commends the athletes in the game for all their hard work in and out of the classroom. Zimmer Biomet and its local employees would like to wish the best of luck to the Warsaw Tigers. Zimmer Biomet, proud supporter of high school athletics.
16-12 in favor of Warsaw. 5:53 to go before halftime. The winner has sole possession of the lead in the Northern Lakes Conference. Tigers come in ranked number 5 in Class 4A in Indiana. Northwood ranked number 2 in Class 3A. And the Warsaw Tigers student body on Braxton Linville for that air ball before the end of the first quarter.
When Northwood penetrates and draws double coverage, that's when they find a man open, but Warsaw reacting so quickly on defense.
Linville directing traffic, as is often the case. Young man who likes to play chess, and I think many times on the basketball floor he's moving the pawns around. A kick called against Warsaw.
Titus Funeral Home proudly supports the Warsaw Tigers and wishes them good luck in tonight's game. Titus Funeral Home, celebrating life.
Linville triggers the inbound to Trey Belinsky. Those two hooked up 78 times during the football season this year. Now it's Zerker coming around the screen. Familiar name here at Northwood. He had a brother that played on the Northwood teams as well. Linville and Marendette has been a dandy matchup to watch tonight. Miranda trying to weave his way through, and Mangus tied him up well. Northwood keeps possession. Zerker down the lane, and we've got a charging foul on Zerker. Jeremy David stood in there and took the hit.
And head coach Aaron Wolf is applauding the effort. Didn't like the call, but liked what his guy thought he could do right inside. Zerker being aggressive there.
And David had well-established position. It was a fairly easy call.
Tonight's smart play of the game will be highlighted at the end of tonight's contest, powered by Smart Cabinetry. Customer focused, budget conscious, rapid delivery.
Pass too high for Marendette, and Warsaw loses it out of bounds. So Warsaw at times has been its own worst enemy tonight. The biggest problem Doug Ogle's team has had is turnovers.
Yoder Stutzman Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has been serving Napanee and the surrounding area since 1969. They're committed to what they do, and they enjoy serving the public for their plumbing, heating, and air conditioning needs. Yoder Stutzman Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, building lasting solutions.
The Kyron Fox adding the little hook shot to his repertoire there, and it came in handy. He has 4 points now, and Northwood back within 2 as we near the midway point of quarter number 2.
Guys that are counted on and guys who can score find a way to get it done, don't they?
Marendette looking for somebody to get it done. There's Mangus, well covered up by Zerker. Marendette pulled the trigger from that three-point spot early on, but not that time. Schmidt does. Can't hit. Miranda lost the rebound to David. Oh, it is physical down in the lane. That is no place for the timid tonight.
Keys for both teams tonight was rebounding. You see how important a second chance is for both these teams tonight.
It's like a car crash down there, and you'll find expert repair and maintenance services for cars and diesel trucks at Cornerstone Automotive. They take time to explain every job, and they'll always provide you with an estimate in advance. Check them out at cornerstoneautomotive.biz.
3:22 to go, first half. S&S Automotive in Wakarusa specializes in auto body collision repair and restoration. They also do windshield repair and replacement, install spray-in bed liners. S&S Automotive in Wakarusa. Call them at 862-7924.
Timeout sponsored by Titus Funeral Home. 3:22 to go, first half. Warsaw leads at 16-14 on 46. About 3,000 fans or so listening to the Northwood band. They don't list the capacity at the Panther Pit because that way the fire marshal doesn't have to know.
He's probably here.
There's not a seat to be had in this place tonight. It is a great crowd. As we mentioned, the student sections were here. They rushed the doors at 5 o'clock as soon as they were open, and when I pulled in at 5:15, there were over 1,000 people in this gym already.
You know who else is here? Is head coach Mike Lightfoot of the Bethel Pilots. He invites you to join them for a game this season on the campus of Bethel College in Mishawaka. Bring the entire family for a game and enjoy college basketball at its finest. Visit the website at bethelcollege.edu for a complete basketball schedule. The Pilots wish the teams in tonight's game a great game.
Vinny Miranda with 3 points so far. Northwood, typically a terrific three-point shooting team, but they haven't been able to get that on track. Instead, Linville penetrates and finds D.K. Fox, who has 6 points and ties the game at 16.
And again, the penetration draws the defense away from Fox. A nice pass, and he's able to finish.
But tempo-wise, this is Warsaw's kind of game right now.
4-0 run now for Northwood.
Marendette found a little opening and a foul called on the floor against Linville. That's his second.
Folks, how clear is your vision? Napanee Family Eye Care has been a leading provider of optometry service and vision care products in the Napanee community since 1999, and they want to help you achieve and maintain clear vision for years to come. Give yourself the gift of clear vision at Napanee Family Eye Care. Learn more at nfe2020.com.
That's a rare miss for Riley Rhodes at the foul line. He's an 82% free throw shooter for the year. This free throw sponsored by Zimmer Biomet. As a team, Warsaw shoots 74% from the stripe, and there you see the great numbers that they're able to put up. Marendette, Rhodes, and Mangus all shooting better than 82% for the year. That's phenomenal.
And I love 73.7 as a team, and I tell you what, years ago, you prided yourself on 75%. Now we hear coaches say we're okay. We're about 68.
Fox inside, thwarted. Rebound kicked around outside. Miranda got fouled. Jeremy David called for the violation. Sponsored by Sweeney Julian. It's as serious as it gets.
Spring is not very far away, folks. For all your building projects, check with Borkholder Buildings in Napanee. Stop in and talk to them about trusses, steel buildings, and all your building material needs. Check them out on the website at borkholder.com. Borkholder Buildings in Napanee.
They sponsor our second quarter. Zerker, a pull-up jumper, rims out, and this time Rhodes goes high to get the rebound, showing no ill effects of that knee injury.
Well, some of the best shots we've seen tonight are the ones that haven't gone in.
Mangus, a quick trigger on the three. It's sponsored by Dr. Lee Williams in North and Northeast. Mangus with 7, Marendette with 10, so the M&M combination, 85% of the Warsaw scoring tonight.
Folks, a reminder to check out Martin's weekly ad circular or go online at the website to check out this week's specially priced ad values. You can save 3 ways at Martin Supermarkets: advertised items, price drops, and warehouse values.
Miranda can't hit, but Belinsky tips it in. Trey Belinsky, the 6'3 junior, with his first basket of the night. And all 5 of the Northwood starters have now scored. It's not like Yahtzee, though. You don't get bonus points for that.
Tell you what, the pawns are getting a lot of action here early on. The bishops and the queens. You know, we talk about a chess match. Man, we got a great one going here.
Marendette working on Belinsky. Marendette, a strong young man, goes inside, tried to use the glass, and then went over the back. Actually, they'll call the foul. Yes, they do call it on Marendette. That's his first.
Thought it was on Rhodes.
Oh, you're right. It is on Riley Rhodes. They flashed the 4 up there on the scoreboard, and that's his first.
Hey, Warsaw fans, good to go. BP and rallies emphasize the commitment to provide value to the cities and communities they serve. Stop in and enjoy one of the rally specials. Good Oil is proud supporter of the Warsaw Tigers.
Fox powers his way to the hole. No basket. He traveled. And Aaron Wolf agrees with the call. 47 seconds left in the half. We'll see if they hold for one.
Imagineering Finishing Technology is a world-class finishing company. They specialize in plating, coating, testing, and consulting services. IFT serves the aerospace, automotive, medical, and military and defense departments. Reach them at 888-802-0827 for information, or reach them online at iftworldwide.com. The teams in this game have the same goal as IFT. That's a great finish.
Belinsky called for a hand check, his first. It's only the 5th foul, though, on Northwood.
Good to see that. You know, you don't want the game to be decided by somebody in foul trouble.
So again, Warsaw will take its time on the outside and hold for one shot. Coming up at halftime, you'll meet our TCU Student Athletes of the Week. Evan Schmidt of Warsaw, Chad Sellers of Northwood. That interview about 10 seconds away. Marendette throws it out of bounds off the hands of David, and now Northwood has 3.6 to try to go the length of the court. Warsaw has a foul to give.
Score big with low-rate TCU Visa Platinum credit card. Don't miss out on a good play. Apply online today at tcunet.com/credit cards. See TCU Visa Platinum terms and conditions for complete details.
And a timeout taken by Northwood because they couldn't get the ball inbound. The timeout sponsored by Napa Knee Family Eye Care.
Well, you might as well call it a timeout. Jordan Automotive Group in Mishawaka says experience the difference with the Jordan way. Easy, stress-free, and one low price.
Reminder, next Friday night we go into the state of Michigan. Dowagiac has a fine team this year in the Wolverine Conference. Brandon Winchester-Jones and Harry Reid lead the Chieftains against Cass County rival Edwardsburg. And Dante Rosado. Should be a fun night up in Michigan. You'll see it Friday night 11, Saturday morning at 9.
Ancilla College will help you build a better future. Degrees in nursing, criminal justice, business, and more. Financial aid is available. Remember, FAFSA is due by March 10th to qualify for grants and scholarships. Live and learn at Ancilla's beautiful, safe campus near Plymouth. Learn more at ancilla.edu.
Linville will try to take the last shot. No, he whips it to Miranda, and his shot blocked by Marendette. Terrific defense by the Warsaw Tigers at the end of the half, preserving a 2-point lead. And we go downstairs to Bo Hunt. He's standing by with Warsaw head coach Doug Ogle.
Hey, Coach, we knew it was going to be a chess match and a heavyweight fight to boot, man. Very physical out there. Your concerns or maybe turnovers early there hurt you guys a little bit?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we're rushing, just rushing, not taking our time. We're excited. Our defense has been good, really good. So we can just settle down and get shots, Bo. That's what we need, just get shots.
Thanks, Coach. Back to you guys.
It has been a very entertaining first half inside the Panther pit. For the Warsaw Tigers, the star has been Paul Marendette, as the senior guard has lit it up for 10 points. But DK Fox and Northwood keep hanging around, and they only trail by 2 at the break. We're back with our TCU Student Athletes of the Week after this on 46.
And we welcome you back to the Panther Pit. It's a good chance to honor our Student Athletes of the Week, brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you to go online at tcunet.com and find out how you can become a member today. And we certainly have a couple of great representatives of their respective schools. Evan Schmidt is with us from Warsaw High School, and also with us from Northwood High School, Chad Sellers. And Chad, we always talk to the visitor. I know you got him in, you know, you're a little bigger than he is, but we're going to talk to him first, all right?
All right.
feisty, this little guy. Evan, first of all, congratulations on your accomplishments in the classroom and certainly in basketball as well. You've been a busy guy, but you've done a great job. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. It's been having a fun ride right now. It's a challenge trying to balance being a good student in the classroom and then on top of that trying to play basketball, but done it for a while now. I love it.
Well, you get a couple minutes to watch a TV show. You get 4 minutes to call your friends. It is a busy schedule. It really teaches you a lot about time management, doesn't it?
Yeah, time management is key. I mean, you kind of find out what's most important to you, and I mean, being good in the classroom and being my best out on the basketball court is what I value the most.
Are you looking forward to going down to Indiana University? A lot of things going on down there. You want to study a little business management.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to go down to IU in Bloomington, majoring in business, like you said. It's going to be fun.
You're going to be busy down there, too. Talk about the people who have helped you along the way and got you to this point and been leaders in your life.
I got to shout out Mom and Dad. They kind of paved the way for me, kind of showed me how it's done. And Grandma and Grandpa, kind of showed me a work ethic, just something that's very solid.
I want to give you congratulations, too, on your involvement with your church work. You're involved in a lot of different programs there, and it's a good way to invest some time in it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Make a lot of friendships, relationships that last a while.
Well, good luck, certainly the rest of the season, and congratulations on what you've done.
Thank you.
All right, Evan Schmidt from Warsaw High School, and Chad Sellers is here from Northwood High School. And Chad, you've been a busy guy as well. You've been involved in a lot of things, including football, basketball, and maybe your first love might be baseball. And you've done a great job with all the sports you've been involved with.
Yeah, it's been fun. I've been busy. I like to keep busy. I've had a lot of support from my family, my friends, my teachers, my coaches. It's been a fun ride. Definitely made a lot of good memories here at Northwood High School.
I love the list of schools that you're considering, and DePaul might be at the top of the list. A lot of great institutions where you'd like to play baseball at the college level.
Yeah, I'm interested. We'll see. I'll probably be making a decision within the next month, but maybe IU, maybe Ball State. I haven't really decided yet, so we'll see.
Have you been able to get along with the athletic director here?
Me and him don't really get along very well. I'm talking about him.
I know that's not true. Your dad's done a great job here at Northwood as athletic director. The whole community really rallies around the athletes here, don't they? And all the students at Northwood, everybody trying to make sure everybody gets the best chance to be successful.
Yeah, it's been fun. Friday nights in the pit have become very special. The community has made this place very fun, and it makes it a great place to play on Friday nights.
What would you like to study wherever you go? What kind of college courses you looking into?
Business or financing, most likely.
Well, I'll tell you what, I got a couple of guys here going to roll the world down the road. Congratulations on all you've done.
Thank you.
Chad Sellers from Northwood High School and Evan Schmidt from Warsaw High School. Our Student Athletes of the Week brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you, go online at tcunet.com. Find out how you can become a member today. We've got halftime stats and highlights coming up. It's Warsaw and Northwood for the NLC Championship. We'll be right back in just a moment.
This edition of the 46th Game of the Week brought to you in part by Crown Trophies. They're nationally known and locally owned. Warsaw on top of Northwood 20-18 at the intermission inside the Panther Pit. As these two teams battle in this Northern Lakes Conference game. Chuck Brady, Bob Nagel with you from the Panther Pit, and very impressed by the defense that Warsaw is playing here in the first half.
Yeah, we just walked in, you say 20-18. Teams aren't playing very well. They're playing extremely well. Both teams' defense is playing really well. One of the things we knew coming into the game, Chuck, is that nobody wanted to give any quarter. Physically, they're not giving any. Biggest run of the game has been 4 or 5 points. Biggest lead's been 4 or 5 points. We're hooked in a dandy for a lot of reasons.
Let's show you how it got to be this way here at the Panther Pit. Luke Zerker helped Northwood start off with a 3-point shot as the Panthers would grab an early lead. Paul Marindet, the star of the first quarter for Warsaw. He had 10 points in the first half. Braxton Linville and tried to keep it in, but you see a little bit of the defense there by Riley Rhodes. Zerker again would work inside. He had 7 points in the first half. Then Kyle Mangus started to get on track in the second quarter. He had 7 points, all of them coming in that second quarter. DK Fox, though, keeping Northwood in it. He's got 6 points inside. The big number that stands out, I know you got rebounds highlighted, partner, but look at the field goal percentage.
It really is a big difference. 57% for Warsaw and 38% for Northwood. You mentioned last time they met, Warsaw won the game. That was a similar stat in that game. Three-pointers not a huge factor. Free throws not a huge factor. Rebounds 12 for Warsaw and 7 for Northwood, although they've had a lot of putback points off of just the 7 rebounds. And the turnovers are big, and Warsaw had 8 of those. And Doug Ogle was beside himself. 8 turnovers and a half, just 3 for Northwood, but it's really the reason the Panthers are still in it.
Well, the one other point I want to make here, and it doesn't show up in these numbers, but Vinny Miranda is the leading scorer for the year for Northwood. He's only had 3 shots in the first half. They got to find a way to get him open and get him the ball if the Panthers are going to win it. We'll see what adjustments Aaron Wolf makes, and we'll find out. This game hasn't jumped the shark yet, but there is one in the house. We'll see if the shark has pearly teeth. And Warsaw leads Northwood 20-18 on the 46 for the lead. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week brought to you in part by IU South Bend, fulfilling the promise. Time now for a Dr. Macri Orthodontic Sideline Report. Bo Hunt adjustments for the second half. What are we going to see?
Well, Coach talked to Coach Wolf, and he talked about their guards and really getting to the hoops, and he goes, we really need to stop that. And the other thing was rebounds. He goes, we need to get a body on somebody. We cannot give second chance points. Chuck?
All right, thank you very much, Bo. And a reminder that our third quarter brought to you by Borkholder Buildings. Check them out at borkholder.com.
Game of the week also being brought to you by First Federal Savings Bank, your local home mortgage experts and home of Go Green checking.
Kyle Mangus with the basketball and double dribble. Mangus has had turnover problems tonight. That's his 4th of the game.
Getting a pat on the back from his teammates.
6'3" junior has been one of the leading cogs of this Warsaw team at 15-0 this year. There's Miranda going inside to Fox, and we're tied. DK with 8. Pretty feed from Miranda.
Vinny had a chance for a few shots, but when he gets a shot look now, it might be a pass to the inside just like that.
Miranda up top. Now David. Pointed out, Bob, during the half. Only 3 Warsaw players scored in that first half.
Northwood had 5. That's the balance we talked about in the pregame, but obviously got to have a little bit more.
Miranda decided not to go over the David screen. Warsaw being very patient against this Northwood defense.
Well, we talked to Chuck on the way over tonight about is there somebody on one of the teams that could step up and be a big factor?
Well, Miranda has done that tonight. He had a career-high 22 last Saturday against Northrop. He has 12 tonight.
Martin Supermarket reminds you every week you can earn fuel rewards at Martin Supermarket. Save on items you need most and earn fuel rewards you can redeem at the pump. See your Martin store or go online for details.
Miranda blocked by the side of the backboard, but put his own rebound up and in. Only the second basket of the night for Northwood's leading scorer, but we're still tied at 22.
He had to find a way to get started, and he did right there in the second half. Boy, this is fun. This is good stuff.
Here's Mangus. Didn't want to go to Rhodes on the pick and pop. Schmidt has been contained tonight. Now Rhodes goes outside, trying to clear some space in the lane.
Warsaw likes to use that short corner when they can find it.
Just a good old-fashioned sticky man-to-man here by Northwood.
Zimmer Biomed, a global orthopedic leader, has been a proud part of the Warsaw community since 1927. Zimmer Biomed commends the athletes of the game for all of their hard work in and out of the classroom. Zimmer Biomed and its local employees would like to wish the best of luck to the Warsaw Tigers. Zimmer Biomed, proud supporter of high school athletics.
Marindet with another beautiful stutter step move on the baseline, puts Warsaw back out in front. Zerker works on Schmidt and squares up for 2 off the glass. Luke Zerker with 7 tonight. There's a guy that stepped up.
Good strong move there by Zerker. Has a lot of confidence, works very hard in the offseason, be ready. Great tradition in that family.
By the way, great food for the crew tonight. Schmidt took a 3, but the whistle was blown before the 3. An illegal screen on Jeremy David, his second. I was mentioning the good food before the game because we got it from Cook's Pizza. Whether it's the pizza, the chicken strips, the breadsticks, the breaded mushrooms, ice cream, they can feed your family or your whole team. You can also see them at Jimtown Pizza in Jimtown. So Northwood with a chance to take the lead for the first time in a while. They've had terrific execution here in the third quarter. Zerker forced that one a little bit over good defense by Schmidt. The late cutter is Riley Rhodes, and he hits the basket. Rhodes a bit of an unsung hero tonight. He has 5.
Folks, when it comes to your taxes, don't do it yourself. Let the tax jack help get you all you have coming. Ron Dean with Dean's Tax and Counseling Service in Napanee has over 50 years experience. For all your business and personal tax needs, give Ron Dean a call at 773-4800.
Only 1 3 for Northwood tonight. Normally a big part of their arsenal. Midway through the third quarter, Fox found an open Zerker for 3. It rims out, the rebound out of bounds off Warsaw.
Laurie Sumter with Phil Hahn and Associates is part of the hometown team supporting your hometown Panthers. Laurie Sumter serves Napanee and Wakarusa residents and businesses for all their real estate needs. Let Laurie find your new home in 2016.
Sellout crowd at the Panther pit, hoping they can erupt with a Northwood basket that would tie the game or perhaps give them the lead. Kyle Mangus called for his first foul of the night. It's sponsored by our friends at Sweeney Julian. Something needs your attention, they're ready to help at 247-1234.
Folks, get to a better state by visiting Sylvia Benjamin, State Farm agent. Sylvia Benjamin, located 1754 East Market Street, Napanee. Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Sylvia Benjamin is there. Call her at 773-AUTO. That's 773-2886.
Linville got caught in the air, had to get rid of it, and threw it away. And so Warsaw with a 2-point lead in the ball here. 3:43 to go in the third. Paul Marendette, a young man planning on attending IUSB, got a Dr. Martin Luther King scholarship earlier this month in ceremonies at Warsaw. And Marendette squeezing one in. He wanted the bucket and the bump call, didn't get it, but he has 16 points tonight. And Warsaw with its biggest lead at 4.
That has been a tough matchup for Northwood, and I'm not sure exactly where they go. They got to be careful with the assignments they give to Linville, who has 2.
Miranda got his own shot back, but the held ball alternating possession will go to Northwood.
Whether you have a new injury or experience chronic pain, Ortho Northeast has the top specialists to help you get back into the things you love. Find out more at orthonortheast.com and take your first step toward recovery. Dr. Lee Williams is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
Well, they are letting them play down there in the paint tonight. There has been all kinds of contact. Fox. Now Miranda. And again, just good old-fashioned man-to-man, getting your grill defense being used by Warsaw. Miranda for 3.
Oh, good-looking shot.
And the rebound to Riley Rhodes, who has played a whale of a game so far, and a bump from behind on Miranda.
Gotta be careful. These could all matter a lot more down the stretch here in this ball game.
Aaron Wolf can't believe the call. He says, you let all that contact go on underneath the basket, and then you call that up here.
Pretty good interpretation there, partner. I think that's exactly what he said. Hey, folks, get ready for the Tracy Yeager Memorial Day 5K Run and Walk. This is a great family event. Celebrate Memorial Day, May 30th in scenic Winona Lake, Indiana. Come for the program at 9 a.m. and stay for the race at 9:30 a.m. Register today. Go to TYM5K.com for an early bird registration discount.
Schmidt on the outside. Hawked by Miranda. Marendette. He has been the star of this one so far. 16 points for Warsaw. David down low, working over Fox and put it in. Jeremy David, the 6'4 junior with his first basket of the game. Biggest lead of the night for Warsaw at 30-24.
Another country heard from.
Linville has been awfully quiet tonight. Miranda, is it time for him to take over? Can't get anything to drop and then goes over the back. A frustrating night for the 6' junior.
2 quick fouls on Miranda. Got to be careful there. Folks, Kemp Electric at Napanee provides a full line of electrical contracting services covering commercial, industrial, and agricultural environments, and they take pride in doing their finest work on every project. They also install and service whole house generators. Call Kemp Electric for all of your electrical needs.
And here's the problem when you get down against a team like Warsaw. They shoot the free throws so well, they make it awfully tough for you to catch up.
They're also very patient with the basketball. I saw the game with Marion. A couple of really good teams, and Warsaw would hold the ball sometimes 2.5 minutes, being patient, waiting for the right cutter.
They handle the ball well. We mentioned the fact that they've had a lot of turnovers tonight, but typically only 8 per game. Mangus sliding through, couldn't get it to go, but David tips it in. Jeremy David with 4 points here in the third. Warsaw has opened up an 8-point cushion. Holding Northwood to just 6 points so far here in the quarter. Linville decides it's time to go to work, but he threw it away. Mangus races the other way and a collision with Belinsky.
Clip Auto Supply, your local Napanee Auto Value Parts store, has everything for your auto. And don't forget, they're a complete machine shop and small engine repair shop. Clip Auto Supply, if it takes gas, they can fix it.
So the Warsaw Tigers very methodically opening it up in this third quarter. Now up by 8 on their conference rival Northwood. Mangus got it to go. It's a 2. He was on the line. And a timeout called by Aaron Wolf with 24.6 in the third. You can hear the Warsaw crowd underneath. You get another copy of the Mangus bucket, courtesy of Adams Remco.
Well, what a big bucket at a key point of this ball game. Folks, McCormick Motors in Napanee is your full-service Chevy, Buick, and GMC dealer. They also have a state-of-the-art service department, body shop, and a fully stocked parts department. McCormick Motors across from Amish Acres in Napanee.
College basketball comes your way on Harvest 103.1 WHME on Saturday afternoon. We've got a Big Ten doubleheader for you. We'll start you off at the Assembly Hall in Bloomington, where Indiana finds itself tied for the Big Ten lead, and they'll take on the young Golden Gophers of Minnesota at 2:15. Then Purdue comes home after a road win at Minnesota, and they'll take on pretty good Nebraska team coached by Tim Miles. That one's at 4:30 from Mackey. Both those games for you on Harvest 103.1 WHME.
Getting to be that fun time of year. You're getting to know all the teams, Big Ten, Big 12, ACC, and getting to know just how good a year this is for basketball. Folks, Jane and Stone and the Loniger family wish the Panthers good luck tonight and through the remainder of the season. Jack and Nadine, proud supporters of Northwood and the entire Wanee community, and they take pride in their customer service. Jane and Stone, handcrafted, nature-inspired stone veneer.
When you call, ask to talk to Nadine. Jack wants nothing to do with you. Doug Ogle and Aaron Wolf on the sidelines, watching the final seconds of the third quarter unfold. Very important for Northwood to get something out of its possession. Linville pulls a deep 3 off the iron, unkind. Fox, can he hit this? Not this time. And the third quarter comes to an end. Paul Marendette has led the way. The senior Warsaw guard has 16 points tonight, and the Tigers lead Northwood by 10 as we go to the fourth on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week brought to you in part by Smart Cabinetry. Stay tuned after the contest to find out which play makes the smart play of the game. Powered by Smart Cabinetry, customer-focused, rapid delivery. And by the electrical workers of Local 153 that are making our community brighter. One of the things that makes our broadcast brighter, the Dr. Macri Orthodontic Sideline Reports. Bo Hutt, how did Warsaw open things up in the third?
Well, Chuck, it was all defense, and his inside led by Rhodes on Dekarian Fox, keeping him contained inside. And I think with Northwood, I think one of the biggest things is they're really not moving the ball well. They're trying to get the guard penetration down the lanes, and I think their biggest things is they really need to move that ball in the perimeter a little bit faster, moving that so that Warsaw defense gets out of position a little bit. Chuck?
Great point. We have not seen any kind of reversals going on for Northwood at all. Fourth quarter brought to us by Borkholder Buildings. Check out their retail showroom west of Napanee on US 6.
Watch how patient Warsaw becomes. 10-point lead, 8 minutes to go.
And again, holding Northwood to 35% shooting for the game. That's the big difference in this one right now.
Right Choice Foods in Napanee saves your family money every day on your grocery bill. They have what you need to feed your family, and they do it for less. For 24 years, Right Choice Foods have been keeping the competition in check.
Warsaw will be extremely patient with this 10-point lead.
Gotta have a good shot, layup. And if you get fouled, as we said earlier, Chuck, very good free throw shooting team.
The shot selection has been terrific for Warsaw tonight. And it's one of the reasons that they're shooting the ball so well tonight.
One of the 8 minutes is gone.
And Northwood has yet to get a touch on the basketball here in the fourth. And Marendette with the bucket and the bump. There's not much doubt who's going to be talking to Bo Hunt if this final score holds up. It's the young man wearing number 3 for Warsaw. You get another copy courtesy of Adams Remco.
And what a great pass and great opportunity.
Free throw is good. He's got 19 points tonight. Remember his career high 22 last Saturday against Northwood.
John's Auto Spa Napanee offers soft cloth, car wash, express oil change, tire rotations, auto detailing, window tinting, and headlight restoration, all under one roof. Conveniently located on the east side of Napanee, they're a short drive from Wakarusa or Warsaw.
You can start to see the frustration on the faces of the Northwood players. Warsaw has come into the Panther pit. Remember, Northwood has won 22 straight in this facility. And Mangus just missed, but a rebound foul called against Linville, and that's his 4th.
Well, and I'll tell you what, you got to really look at the shooting percentage. Warsaw shooting 70% from the field. It's a huge factor. Chuck, I love what Mangus did right there. They expected Warsaw to try to burn clock again. He said, you know what, if you're going to let me go, I'm going. What a heads-up play.
37-24 in favor of Warsaw. Marendette got loose again, but this time kicked it out to David. A rare miss, but Rhodes gets the putback. Riley Rhodes with 7. And the folks who've made the trek up from Warsaw starting to celebrate. David called for the foul against Linville.
Northwood's gone over 4 minutes without scoring. Serving all of northern Indiana, Schwartz Electric is committed to providing quality commercial and industrial and residential electrical sales and service. Schwartz Electric is large enough to handle your most demanding projects, yet small enough to give your project the personal attention it deserves.
Mangus loses the ball out of bounds. Jason Burridge will check back in for Warsaw, taking the place of Jeremy David. You get another copy of the pressure being applied over there up by the defense, but this is a 15-0 Warsaw run.
In a game like this, that is so huge.
Linville fouled on his way to the hoop, and that'll go against Warsaw.
Boy, and I tell you what, he had a good shot. You think maybe once it would hook on that rim and fall in, but this hasn't been going Northwood's way, but you got to make that change. You got 5:57 left to go. You got some good three-point shooters. Got to keep battling.
Cornerstone Automotive sponsors the free throws by Braxton Linville, a 67% foul shooter on the year, but a young man that scores 11 in a game and has had 3 tonight.
Farmers, now's a great time to get your farm equipment inspected and serviced at Wakarusa Ag. Wakarusa Ag is a family-owned company built on quality products, parts, and service. Check them out at wakarusaag.com.
Evan Schmidt, an appreciative hand as he comes to the bench for a rest, and Ross Johnson goes back in for Warsaw.
At this point in the ball game, you know that Doug Ogle is putting people in the game when he puts them in who he can trust with the basketball.
Bolinski just gave Marendette a pretty good bump, but there was no call. Now a steal by Miranda. But Marendette able to get it back, and a foul called against Miranda, I believe.
If it is that 5?
No. Linville was the one with 4. Miranda,
4.
that's his 3rd. You get another copy of this one, courtesy of Adams Remco.
Zimmer Biomed, a global orthopedic leader, has been a proud part of the Warsaw community since 1927. Zimmer Biomed commends the athletes in the game for all their hard work in and out of the classroom. Zimmer Biomet and its local employees would like to wish the best of luck to the Warsaw Tigers. Zimmer Biomet, proud supporters of high school athletics.
Now a holding call whistled against Trey Belinsky as he bumped Marendette trying to split through there, and now Warsaw will be going to the foul line, taking free throws sponsored by Zimmer Biomet.
And that was a violation in the game of basketball. If you have a violation, somebody violated you in the game of life, call Sweeney Julian. They're as serious as it gets. Reach them online at theverdict.com.
Marendette now with 20. He's an 83% foul shooter. Young man who really likes to listen to Kanye West. I know Kanye was going off on Twitter yesterday. He was tweeting even more than Dr. Bob Nagel. And a timeout called by Warsaw. Timeout sponsored by Titus Funeral Home. 5:41 to go, and Warsaw comfortably in front by 15 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week brought to you in part by Sweeney Julian, your litigation experts, and by Imagineering Finishing Technologies, a world-class finishing company specializing in plating, coating, testing, and consulting. IFT, working for the same goal as the team's a great finish. The Northwood faithful still hanging in there despite the fact that their team is down by 15 with 5:41 left. Meanwhile, it is nothing but jubilation at Warsaw tonight. Well, you know, perhaps romance in the air down there too with Valentine's Day coming up, but nevertheless.
There's some very good news for Northwood at the end of this game. They wouldn't have to play Warsaw again. They've seen an undefeated 5th-ranked team in Class 4A, and they've come out and battled them tough. Still got a chance. They got to get it going here, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see some threes go up.
Linville drives right in against Mangus and draws the foul, the second on Kyle Mangus of the night, and just the 5th on Warsaw, so Northwood will have to inbounds underneath their offensive basket.
Titus Funeral Home proudly supports the Warsaw Tigers and wishes them good luck in tonight's game. Titus Funeral Home, celebrating life.
Linville handling it up top against Mangus. And Linville working his way down low, gets the bucket.
Wouldn't be denied on that one.
6 points for Braxton Linville, a huge competitor. Now Marendette facing a double team in the backcourt, but the KG guard gets it passed ahead, and here's Ross Johnson. Saw DK Fox, said let's go back outside.
Folks, how clear is your vision? Napanee Family Eye Care has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Napanee community since 1999, and they want to help you achieve and maintain clear vision for years to come. Give yourselves the gift of clear vision at Napanee Family Eye Care. Learn more at nfe2020.com.
Marendette again facing a double team, splits it and finds Jeremy David. But David throws it away. So the pressure working for Northwood there to force the turnover. Now they've got to be able to convert it into points. Miranda lost the handle. Johnson comes the other way and pulls it out.
Knows exactly what he doesn't want to do.
Mangus fell down, so did Miranda, and a blocking foul called on Vinny Miranda. That's his 4th. So he and Linville both with 4 fouls.
Folks, spring is not very far away for all your building projects. Check with Borkholder Buildings in Napanee. Stop in and talk to them about truss and steel buildings and all your building material needs. Check them out on the website at borkholder.com. That's Borkholder Buildings in Napanee.
Kyle Mangus at the line taking free throw sponsored by Zimmer Biomet. His first miss of the night. Mangus trying to get into double figures. He's been there in every game this year, but 9 points right now. Can he get to 10? Yep.
And he'll come out for a little bit of a breather as Evan Schmidt checks in, the 6-foot senior.
Linville and the Northwood Panthers trailing by a couple of touchdowns. And another turnover. Johnson blocked by Zerker, foul on Zerker.
Northwood desperately in need of a stop and a bucket. He just hasn't been able to put it together.
Meanwhile, Ross Johnson, only a 50% free throw shooter. Big part of the future of this program. Goes to the line taking free throws, sponsored by Zimmer Biomet. And his first point of the night.
Warsaw go BP and rallies, emphasizes a commitment to provide value to cities and communities that they serve. Stop in and enjoy one of the rally's specials. Good Oil is a proud supporter of the Warsaw Tigers.
A 16-point Northwood deficit. Miranda jackknifes a three and can't hit. Bodies flying everywhere. And Warsaw comes away with a rebound.
When everybody in a Warsaw uniform knows what they want to do.
Schmidt missed the layup, but he got his own rebound and put it right back outside. Warsaw has dominated the glass tonight. Steal by Linville. But again, great transition defense by Warsaw, keeping Linville from being able to get to the basket. Zerker misses, and the rebound again controlled by Warsaw. And on the rebound, a foul is called on Trey Belinsky.
With 41 years of combined experience, you know you can trust Cornerstone Automotive with your family's vehicles. Josh McCoy and the friendly Cornerstone staff can handle it all. Cornerstone Automotive between Napanee and Plymouth on US 6.
It's a two-shot foul as Warsaw is now in the double bonus, so Riley Rhodes, an 82% free throw shooter, goes to the line. And of course, you mentioned the free throw percentage, and he comes up empty. Believe it.
Head coach Mike Lightfoot and the Bethel Pilots invite you to join them for a game this season on the campus of Bethel College in Mishawaka. They play Tuesday night at home. Bring the entire family for a game and enjoy college basketball at its finest. Visit the website at bethelcollege.edu for a complete basketball schedule. The Pilots wish the teams tonight a great game.
I don't think anybody expected Warsaw to be as in control of this game as what they've been. Remember, it was a 2-point game at halftime. Fox gets a basket, and Northwood is finally in double figures for the second half. Fox in double figures for the game with 10. At the other end, David blocked by Fox, but it goes in anyway.
Good night to be a Warsaw Tiger.
Jeremy David with 6 tonight. Fox did get a hand on that ball, but it went in. Linville fades and fires. It won't go. The rebound controlled again by Warsaw. And the Tigers look ready to go 16-0 with a date with Elkhart Central Saturday night at the Tiger Den. By the way, what a weekend for Elkhart Central. They play number 7 Marion and number 5 Warsaw. Foul over the back called against Jeremy David.
Yoder Sutzman Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has been serving Napanee and the surrounding area since 1969. They're committed to what they do, and they enjoy serving the public for their plumbing, heating, and air conditioning needs. Yoder Sutzman Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, building lasting solutions.
Northwood not in the bonus yet. That was only the 16th foul on Warsaw, with just 2 minutes left to go in this one.
Amazing how much basketball has been played, and literally time on the hour clock is about an hour and 5 minutes.
Linville finally gets a three. It's sponsored by Persing Tire and Lube. Linville now with 9 points tonight. But it's still a 14-point Tiger lead, and they are so good at milking the clock.
Aaron Wolf still teaching, still coaching. They'll learn from this game.
Underneath, Johnson gives it to David for 2. Jeremy David with 8. And an official's timeout is called. Well, while we've got a moment, the Warsaw basketball team, while they're off to a great start, that's only the second biggest story in Warsaw this year. Ben Higgins, the Bachelor, got his start on TV 46. Here he is playing quarterback for the Warsaw Tigers against Elkhart Memorial 9 years ago. And now this kid, and I call him a kid because he's a lot younger than Bob, is ABC's The Bachelor.
Yeah, I thought somebody said, hey, what about this show with the good-looking guy? I thought it was about you and I, Chuck.
Well, yeah, we're no longer bachelors, though.
He used to be known as the Perfect 10, but now they call him the Perfect Ben. And our congratulations, Ben. That's great. Outstanding young man.
But I remember him as the quarterback of the Warsaw Tigers. Not maybe the greatest arm in the world, but he got hit around pretty well in that game we did at Elkhart Memorial. Here's Linville for three. He can't get that one to go. And Warsaw with a minute to go, leading by 16. Marendette handling the ball in the backcourt expertly. Mangus brings it across. This is a very impressive squad Doug Ogle has.
S&S Automotive in Wakarusa specializes in auto body collision repair and restoration. They also do windshield repair and replacement and install spray and bed liners. S&S Automotive in Wakarusa. Call them at 862-7924.
And a chant of undefeated goes up from the Warsaw student section as Zerker is called for the foul, his third.
Zimmer Biomed, a global orthopedic leader, has been a proud part of the Warsaw community since 1927. Zimmer Biomed commends the athletes in the game for all their hard work in and out of the classroom. Zimmer Biomed and its local employees would like to wish the best of luck to the Tigers. Zimmer Biomed, proud supporters of high school athletics.
Marendette at the line. He has tied his career high 22 as Sam Miller, Jack Rhodes, Aaron Sandoval, and Asher Blum all check in for the Warsaw Tigers. And there you see the Paul Marendette fathead, and they say keep feeding him, and they have tonight as Marendette hits that one, and it's a new career high for Paul Marendette. He has 23, and he'll check out to a standing ovation.
But how's he going to act in the big game? What a terrific, terrific performance.
Bo can ask him that in about 33 seconds. An overrated cheer now goes up from the Warsaw students for this Northwood team. I'm not sure that is true as DK Fox hits. Northwood will certainly drop in the 3A polls this week. However, they'll be a dangerous factor for a lot of teams in that 3A tournament. And now a travel called on Linville.
You know, one of the things you mentioned, Chuck, early in the game was that Northwood's got to be careful not to get behind because of how well Warsaw shoots free throws, handles the ball against pressure, how patient they could be. It really was a trump card for Doug Ogle's team tonight.
Long lead pass down the field to Sam Miller. Warsaw will just run out the clock, and they win it at the Panther Pit. Northwood's 22-game home court unbeaten streak is snapped. Warsaw moves to 16-0. The Tigers take it 51-35. When we return, we'll have our Dean's Tax postgame show, our IU South Bend fulfilling the promise player of the game, and our smart cabinetry play of the game. It all comes your way on the 46 Game of the Week.
Game of the Week. This TV 46 Game of the Week has been brought to you by the following.
An impressive win tonight by the Warsaw Tigers here in the Panther Pit. They snapped Northwood's 22-game home win streak and defeat Northwood by a final score of 51-35. High top court side, Chuck Freeby alongside Bob Nagel. I can't say it enough. What a great defensive job the Warsaw Tigers did tonight.
You know, the analogy you made before the game is sort of like the Super Bowl, and it could really come down to the best defensive team. We saw Denver's defense really make a difference last week. Everybody thinks Carolina Panthers, the great offensive weapons, but their defense is going to be crucial in the Super Bowl. It was here tonight, and even after the game, a lot of comments from coaches, assistant coaches, media watching the game. What a defensive effort that was by Warsaw.
Now, when the Tigers needed offense, they got it from their point guard. He had a career high tonight, and our IU South Bend fulfilling the promise player of the game is standing by now with Bo Hunt.
WHME TV 46 high school basketball player of the game, Paul Marendette. Paul, you set a career high again tonight, less than a week than you did it last Saturday. Just congrats on a great victory here in the pit.
Yeah, thank you. My teammates and coaches always tell me to be aggressive, so that's what I did.
You guys came out, your guys' defense tonight, shutting Northwood down from the three-point line was one of the biggest things tonight.
Yeah, they're a really good three-point shooting team, and our coaches told us all week that we need to cut the three-pointers down. They're shooting really well from three-point this season. That's what we did.
You guys are undefeated in the conference, but you guys ended a 22-game home win streak that Northwood had here. What does that feel like?
Feels nice. I went undefeated last year in the conference, so I'm hoping to do it again this year. Feels nice.
Congratulations on being our player of the game.
Yeah, thank you.
Back to you guys.
Those Warsaw students there to greet their classmate, Paul Marindet, down on the floor. He had a great night. He had some help, too, including a player that'll be involved here in our Smart Cabinetry Smart Play of the Game.
Well, he needed it, obviously, but I think the emphasis they put on Mangus might have been the difference for him getting those opportunities. But one of the things we said at halftime, where are you going to get help? You're going to need a little bit more, and offensive rebound help right there.
Jeremy David coming through with 8 big points tonight. They all came in the second half when Warsaw was able to pull away, get a 15-0 run on Northwood, and put this one away. Again, Warsaw shot the ball phenomenally well. Their shot selection was terrific. They had 63% shooting from the floor tonight, as opposed to 35% for Northwood, and really that was the difference in the game.
And you mentioned, Chuck, that you expected Northwood would drop a little bit in the ratings because of this loss. But on the other hand, Warsaw has been 5th in the state, and they're undefeated, the only undefeated team in Class 4A. I got to think they're going to get a bump out of this. They beat a great team on their home court by 16 points. Very impressive win.
The challenge for Warsaw, they have to turn around Saturday night, return home to the Tiger Den, where they're very good, and take on Elkhart Central in that one. We'll see how that fares for the Tigers. Once again, the final here tonight, 51-35. Our thanks to our TV 46 crew who brought you this one, led by Joe Fra in the director's chair tonight, and Joe Fratina calling the shots. Now, we've got plenty of basketball coming up for you, and hockey on TV 46 Saturday. And included in that hockey matchup is North Dakota and Western Michigan, and you'll see that one Saturday night at 8. Our next high school telecast for you on TV 46 comes next Friday night from the Wolverine Conference. It's a Cass County rivalry as Brandon Winchester Jones and the Dowagiac Chieftains take on Dante Rosano and the Edwardsburg Eddies. We'll have it for you Friday night 11 and Saturday morning at 9. A reminder for the best in high school sports coverage, keep it on Twitter at 46 Sports. You can also now access our games on YouTube at the WHME Sports YouTube channel. Now for my broadcast partners, the Hall of Famers, Bob Nagel and Bo Hutt. Chuck Freeby reminding you the final, 51-35 Warsaw. So long from Napanee.